And we're live, and I hope you can't hear that noise. Can you hear that noise going on?
Nope.
Nope.
Good. Now?
Nope.
Nope.
Good. I'm not presenting to everybody, it's just me, so the only time you're going to hear this one is when I talk. I figure
No
since Chris
worries.
plays, old school Nintendo games, I'll actually do something I'd like to do. In real life. Except I've got no more radio controlled planes, just helicopters and a quad.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Oh, now see, that was something I was actually thinking about too, because I saw one for about $50 on here.
A
Was
quad?
yeah.
Well, you can get the, I'm, just from my little bit experience, the Hubson. It's a good little quadcopter.
Well, the thing is, she doesn't have a lot of space, like in her backyard and stuff. I can see it.
You can fly
I can see.
inside.
Well, well, she
It's
has a
so
little brother,
small.
older sister, and a dog. I've seen the super small ones.
This will fit in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, I have seen those.
You can only fly it outside when it's not windy. Really,
I like that one Ballistic has.
that's the one I have. Except mine's red.
I thought his was larger.
No, this is the same
Oh,
size.
hey, whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't need to know none
Oh,
of
just
that.
got
Now here's
So,
the crazy thing. I just switched it from 8 to 13 years to 14 years and up, and the first thing that comes up is dang Cards Against Humanity. I don't think she's ready for that.
Cards Against Humanity.
That's that card game that Dano ended up doing a chat with or what have you.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
But that's a little over the top for a 13
Well,
year old.
that's exactly what I was saying, and she's not
Yeah.
even 13 yet, so I don't think. I just thought that it's funny that that's Amazon's first thing for 14 and up was one of those.
Well, it's kind of like Netflix putting Nightmare on Elm Street in the kids movie section.
Really?
Yeah, they had some really weird
The original
movies.
or the remake?
It was the original.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. There's all sorts of
Suggested
stuff.
for the kids.
Oh, now here's the other thing, Cork. Like I see the Cheerson Mini 29 millimeter quadcopter for like $22. I mean,
That thing is tiny.
now do they have to have a phone to be able to fly that thing? Is what it is?
I don't know about that particular one. I mean, I can tell you the one I have is the Hubson, and that comes with the remote.
Okay, because I've seen the Hubson.
Yeah, the Hub
Uh,
Hubsan.
yep, I see one here for like $15, but it says the quadcopter crash pack.
Oh, that's just a crash pack. Yeah, that's everything you need to repair it after you crash. Well, you're not going to break the body. I can tell you that right now. They're right around the $50 mark. If you get one with a camera, they're going to be a little bit more like 55 area.
Well, here's the other thing: is by getting her that, is that gonna cause problems between her, her sister, her brother, and then,
Oh, easy.
or is my bro gonna be wanting to play with it
Crash.
more than he's gonna let her play with it? So that's like one of those things. Like, yeah, I definitely want you to have it, but I think I have to get has to be like Christmas or something where I can get at least two
All
or
of
three
them.
of them. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah, they'd all need it because otherwise they're going to fight. And then there's stuff you're going to need with it, like more batteries and
Yep.
a charger, and there's always stuff to go along with this stuff.
I mean, I'd like to get her the if I could talk her folks into it. I wanted to get her enrolled in the what is it? First step, first steps. It's like
First.
for the first. It's like the first shot program kind of a thing. I wanted to
Oh yeah.
pay for that, but I don't know that they're ready to get into all of that.
Well, has she shown interest in firearms?
Definitely, because I bring mine when I go, and one of the times even when her folks weren't there and I was there, I think I was cleaning it or something like that, and she had come home from school, and I'm like, all right, come here. I want you to check this out. Don't be worried about anything. Everything's unloaded, but I want you to take a look, familiarize yourself with it. No, this is not a toy. This is not to be played with. All of those kind of things.
I forget the name of it, and I thought it was down in Texas, but I know there was a camp that kids could go to.
Oh, what's his name? Justin Ellerman from Top Shot. He does some form of a camp that does stuff like that.
And I mean, he does like teaches them about like tomahawks and shooting
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
Well, now if I tried to send her to that, that would definitely be more, and I would definitely have to try and do something for her brother and sister too.
Oh, group rate.
But that's kind of the paradox that I'm in. It's like I want to get her something nice and specific to her, but I also kind of got to keep in mind that like her little brother's birthday isn't until May, and her older sister's birthday isn't until June. So it's like they're all kind of coming up. But
Yeah, pink cricket.
oh man, I so want to do that. I think
I think
the
they
next
were
time that I go,
$80 around here right now.
well, the next time that I go, I'm gonna have a long talk with both the mom and the dad about specifically something like that.
Yeah.
Whether it's a bolt action 22, a cricket, or a 1022, whatever. And what comes with that, I definitely want to get the safety course and all those other different things. Like get a coupon for it or a gift certificate for it.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't have to shop for girls, just adults in my family. Well, and women, so.
It's all asexual.
Who let Edge in here? What the fuck?
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
We bring back some pineapple.
All their pineapple shipped in from California.
Ah.
Now that I got this freaking quad, I want to get a. Well, I'm not going to go buy a $400 GoPro, but I want to get a camera like that I can mount with some straps like my head or something.
Get one that, like, since you're bald, you can get a suction cup.
Ha ha ha.
Like a toilet plunger on your head with an adapter.
There you go. Thought about doing it with the camera I have with just some duct tape, but I figured that would not work out the best.
Now, is the camera on your quad? Is it like a fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed. It's like only like a 0.3 megapixel. It's just shoots in like 480p, so it's not all that great of a video.
Right.
And needs lots of light. It will not film inside with house lights. At least not mine. I'd have to set up, something like halogens or something.
Right.
Well, if the weather is halfway decent, I mean, this time of year, that just means no wind. I could take it out there and fly it around. I almost did that today, but then when I got around to doing it, it was starting to pick up. So, screw that. Ooh, I gotta check my battery. It's charging right now because I was flying it before this chat. And it's done, yay.
What did the Pink Panther say when he stepped on a dead ant?
I don't know, Edge, what did the Pink Panther say? I already know the answer, so don't even say it.
I was gonna say you
Dead
already
ant.
gave the answer away.
Yeah, I fucked that one up.
You thought that one up? Really? You're the genius here.
Okay, well, I don't like to brag, but yeah. Yeah, I saw those new sites that TrueGlow that they're advertising. They're putting some new. If you look at the link, it's pretty new shit that's on the compared to the TLOs. The TLOs, I think we're going for. I mean, I usually see about $99 at the gun shop, but their their retail's like $129. Usually going for $179, and they're supposed to be even brighter with more resistant as far as durability. So I heard some people saying that they had some issues with the True Glows, tritiums, with them cracking tubes and whatnot. I have them on my Glock 26 that I bought. I never noticed an issue with them yet, and that gun's been dropped a couple times.
Well, they're just using tritium and
Fiber optics.
fiber optic. Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting this for the 23.
With this new one, they're encapsulating it even, it's Gen 2, whatever you want to call it. They're encapsulating it with a stronger encasement. And looks like the front sight's going to have that white bezel, like white little deal around the tritium as well to help pick up the sight quicker acquisition.
Now, are they letting you? Are they sending you just like a sample pack to where you don't get to pick the colors, or are they going to let you?
I imagine they're going to be green. That's fine. I also like the offsets. They want like a yellow on green or red on green. That's fine.
I was going to say I think it's the offsets. What's on the FNX 45, and man, it is quick to pick up.
Yep. Yeah, when you order it right now, as of now, when you go to their website and you want to buy it direct, it doesn't give you the option for colors. So it's all green, from what I gather right now. Which is fine. I mean, I can dig green. And man, the TLO ones I have, or TFO ones I have, are freaking really bright, dude. Compared to like on my Pair Ordnance, I have what the hell is that brand? Pidgeotron. And those only like 3 or 4 years old. And even when I got them right out of box, they were kind of the front sight's a lot dimmer, and they're not very bright. And you can pick them up, but they don't shine. These suckers shine. The TFO ones I had, my Glock 26, you can instantly tell the difference. Like, wow. In daylight, and even especially with the tritium in dark lighting. I'm gonna pay $90 for the TFO ones.
Yeah, I just use Mepro. I've only used Meprolites, so those are the ones I've experience with, and they survived me actually putting them on, so that's a plus more.
They have a low set and a high set. When I bought mine, I never know which one. I need the high set. I'm assuming it's like if you're going to use a can or something, so it'll be a little bit higher up. Other than also possibly raking the slide, off your belt, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about racking it off my belt.
It's not. I mean, if you're down to one hand in a gunfight, well, you can whatever. I can see that come into effect, but it's not something that I need to have per se. Wilson combat sites are kind of built like that.
Damn, helicopters are hard to fly. I'm only used to little ones, and I can't fly my other one very well. But
Yeah, I've
like
got one of
these.
those little ones.
I know about a little flybar helicopter, not just coaxial.
It's good to see event channels. The profiles are up again, so you can the new members, you can go and search them out and give them a like or check out their page.
And down I go. I'm going back to I'll go to quads.
So what's going on tonight?
Sadly, not a whole lot.
Yeah, for some reason, my camera's not working. There we go. Yeah, that's the little one I've got.
Wait, hold on.
Let me try to.
I'll crash.
I will tell you about sites at Trigicon.
Little SEMA.
For pistol sights, they make great, obviously, rifle products. Pistol sights, I'm not really impressed with their stuff. I think between them, that brand Ameriglow, or what's it called, there's a brand, another brand, these other brand manufacturers coming out, they're really giving run for their money. People just get paid from using Trigicon in general.
Yeah, I was listening to the chats for the past couple days, and I'd already sent my letter into the or email into ATF, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, crap. I was like, what? What would be a better way to get a list of everybody that has a gun than to come up with a ban and have them send in reply letters about why not to ban. I was like, they probably got a list of hundreds of thousands of gun owners now.
It's not like they didn't have access to a list really in reality anyway if you've, filled out a 4473 in the past, 5
Yeah,
years.
true.
Well,
But those are kept at the gun shops.
I know, but they're all called in to the FBI to check. So.
no, not if you own in the state of Texas. If you have a CHL, it's not called in. They just have the
Well, they call in when you get your CHL.
No, they don't. Not in Texas.
No, I'm talking about when you get your CHL. When you first get your CHL, they do the background check, so they still got record of it.
No, yeah, but it's not as specific. Like when they call it in, it's like
as serial number on the gun, etc. Yes.
yeah, is it pistol, and then how many. I mean that's really what they call it. Is like it's a long gun pistol. Person's information. That's it. They don't have a detail of what gun it is. They just know whether it's a long gun or a pistol when they do call it in. And when you have a CHL in Texas, you don't have to. They don't call it in. You just fill out the paperwork.
Yep. But I'm just saying, you're basically in the system anyway, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
At one point in time, you either tried to buy a gun or you bought a gun. Or you just got your license, and it's like, you're most likely a gun owner anyway. So.
I bought my first new Glock I've never owned a Glock. I've always gotten one secondhand on a really good deal. And I was like, wow. My Glock had a squeaky Glock. Like a lot of people, you always see people when they do like reviews of Glock, you always hear that squeak when they pull the slide back, or the rasp, what do you want to call it? And I just put oil over my gun, or not oil but lube on it, and I never get that sound. I always hear shweek when they pull the slide back. So, yeah, you get some oil spring.
Too easy. Got so many freaking plants to choose from. It's gorgeous.
I was checking those out at our local Royal King. That one you just had up, that quad.
Oh yeah, they've got. Jeez, I'm actually thinking, damn Caleb, it's gonna blame him. Now now they got the D. I have the D6, the DX6I radio, and like I don't really care for the radio that comes with the Hubson. I'm like, now I'm looking at getting the Blade version of the quadcopter without a camera. And it's like, I think, $80 or $90 for the bind and fly.
Yeah.
I wish I could fly this, but damn, they are difficult to fly.
Oh, gee. The Warthog?
Yeah. Better off going with the electric version. Dang, where is it? Oh, it's way up there. I'll fly the F-14. Sadly, it's fixed wing. You can't get the wings to fold in. Where did everybody go?
I don't know.
Yeah, got check something out.
Island left. Well, the link's out there, guys. Join in. Otherwise, you just get to see me fly around in a plane for a while. Yeah, but I've been looking at those. I call it action. The action cameras. And I'm like, damn, GoPros are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, it's probably the first camera I buy. Actual true camera to make videos. Even though that's not really what you want to make a video, it's more of a supplement.
That's exactly right.
But if I'm going to spend over in the $400 range, still I'd like to buy because of its resilience.
I mean, I like that camera that I bought. I mean, because the one I had mounted on the motorcycle, It's that cool iCam, but the software on it for the camera, I mean, it's a weird, it's, I'm thinking it's Windows Movie or something like that, and I have to go in and actually, switch it to another format just to get it to come up on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, I don't mind so much the format the video comes out in. Because all this use, I've got, Edge and I both have quality editing software.
Right.
And it'll basically accept any format, so.
That's no, it doesn't. Vegas is like some of the videos I made in the past with other software, Wondershare I was using before. It some of it wouldn't take it. I had to use the videos that I made to actually integrate it on certain projects in the past.
It wouldn't work under the other format, or it wouldn't work under like a movie format like AVI.
AVI, yeah, but not the way that the MPEG-4 came out with Wondershare for. I mean, I'm way past that now. That was a long time ago, but some of the older videos for instance, when I was trying before I got that video trailer done professionally, I did my own, and I had to sit there and download the video basically off of YouTube and then chop it up to get what I wanted out of it.
I'm gonna take a look what my codec saves the format in.
It saves it like the Sony saves it like this weird stuff like HP something HD some weird format that it does it in.
Yeah, because there's that camera I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let's see what the.
Yeah, my camera does it in MP4, and that's what I save my videos in. So I'm gonna have to actually.
That's what my Samsung Note 4 does. It's an MPEG-4.
Yeah, this one saves it as an MOV file, which is what?
That's what
Apple.
That's my phone used to do.
Yep.
And that's
See, I've got to go in there and change it just to get it into MPEG format.
Yeah, and then sometimes the conversion alone just makes the video look like shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, editing. I mean, a lot of the editing stuff I've learned how to do. Man, I'm watching some like 11-year-old. Like, here's how you want to do this. And like, yeah, and he's how to do this or do that to add this or add that to your video. And but it's just like playing video games back in the day. I remember that game Killer Instinct, that video arcade game. I remember playing and like the like 9-year-olds next to me playing, and now at the time I was maybe about 20, 19 or 20, ever how old I was like, so a 9-year-old's like doing that combo kill on and just lighting me up, and I'm like, okay, they're already like 240 combo. You just like let it go. No, I still know some more moves, and he's like just fucking like combo. I'm like, okay, kid, yeah, you got it real good. It's just funny how these young kids grow up now and learning to do this stuff. I had no interest in video editing at all until I wanted to put some effort into the channel. At least try. Again, I don't call them quality videos, but they're better than they were. Content's good, but the quality videos, I mean, obviously there's some guys that really know their stuff, but I just don't want to spend, the most I'll spend on videos like in 2 hours, and more than that, I'm like, no, fuck this.
Yeah, that's the most I'd actually spend on, well, that's in my actually price range, that's the sad part. Under $100, but for an action camera. I just need a camera I can strap to the top of my head. And no, I can't do that with my Kodak.
Told you.
Okay, I remember this game.
Toilet plunger on your head.
Saber Wolf.
Yeah.
That's the one I always played.
No, I mean, these kids were like tearing me up, dude. Because I mean, the only game I was like, ever good at was like Street Fighter, and what was that other one where they had that guy Law? It was like the
Mortal Kombat?
no, the Sega version. The Sega version. I was decent Mortal Kombat with one that.
Mortal Kombat was my game.
But there's another one. I forget what it was called. Where like had a guy that like that main guy like Bruce Lee. His name was Law, Law, and that was.
Okay.
I mean, I can go way back to Karate Champ. You know, in the like '83. I whoop people's ass on Karate Champ.
Flash, that's their type of gear. Awesome. Let's make a difference.
Yeah, I always liked playing Tron.
Oh, I sucked at Tron.
I'm trying to think of what this other one was. It was, I think it was the first game that
Galaxy.
they actually used one of those laser discs in the processor, and whatever option you chose, it would go to a different, give you a different outcome.
Yeah, they had those real life kind of enactment games that you play.
Man, I'm trying to think of what that game was.
It was Sega Genesis. It wasn't Laserdisc. It was Sega Genesis. The one with the CD option where you like put Prize Fighter and all these other games, and the games would change. It incorporate video with the program.
I actually had that. But I got it when it was on clearance, and it was like 3 games. I paid like $5 for bundles, so.
Anybody here on Steam? Anybody have a Steam account?
No.
I have one, but I hardly played. I played that. What's that game? That Castle one that everyone plays.
I don't know. I play zombie games pretty much, and I've been playing this one that looks like Minecraft. It's all like old school graphics, and it's pretty fun. It's like massive open world. You get to build your own like safe zones and stuff. Run around and shoot zombies.
Oh, cool.
One of those things though, games are always irritating to me because it's it's always called like a Desert Falcon instead of a Desert Eagle. It's always called a Luger instead of a Ruger. Frustrating stuff.
Well, with zombies doing the writing, what do you expect?
I suppose.
Well, shit, I remember my ex-wife when we were, before we got married, he bought me a Sony PlayStation back when they were really expensive, like $200, and they were like $150, whatever the fuck the price was. They were unilateral; you could never get them on discount. And she bought me that, and I was like, "Whoa!" And that's been basically being a PlayStation.
I remember the Christmas my brother got his first Sega Genesis for $150. Same with the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Those were all full price when we got them too.
Yep.
See, when I was a kid, Nintendo was so expensive. The original first one that came out with different options and packages you can get. You had to have like a friend or folks had money to go hang out with them and play it. The original NES. They're kind of pricey.
We made our own money. We worked at swap meets and stuff and sold shit.
Yeah,
Bought my first Xbox too.
Marco in chat remembered the name as Dragon's Lair.
Iron Sword.
Remember the first Castlevania, my cousin got that game, and he was like so blown out, with that game. Like, whoa, it's the coolest game ever. And just trying to finish it and complete it. And that game, like, when many versions over, it's I don't know, it's still around, Castlevania.
Yeah, this right here was my favorite game.
coolest game I ever played on the NES system, the best graphics was DuckTales. That one had like the coolest graphics they ever produced for the NES.
Come on, Duck Hunt.
I played a lot of Mechanized Attack, which is like a military version of Duck Hunt, and played a lot of Metal Gear Solid, a lot of Zelda.
Oh yeah, well the Genesis came out with Mega Man. That was another great game. But the Genesis when they came out with that 64-bit,
That was Nintendo.
no 32-bit Doom game, that little adapter you put in your slot, right? 32.
32X, the little
Yeah.
thing that you slide in.
And then it came with Doom initially.
Yeah, I play them a little bit at a time. I don't have the energy or the time to put hours into them anymore. I could easily put hours into these big open world games where you're like, you got hundreds of miles to just roam around and do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
it would eat me. You'd never hear from me again.
I remember the Sega Saturn. That was kind of a flop. And then they had the Dream. What's it called? The
Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast. That was like the biggest one there. That they came out.
The only thing with Sega is that they're competing with companies that are already at the top of the market. So they really haven't had anywhere to get a foothold for the last 30 years. I mean, from Genesis on, whether it was the 32X or the Dreamcast or the Saturn, whatever, they've been fighting Nintendo, and there's no fighting Nintendo. They're not going to happen. It's the biggest name there is, and until Sony and Microsoft got into it, it was. I mean, even as a gamer, we had the Sega, we had all the games for the Sega and everything, but it's all about the Super Nintendo. I mean, Super Nintendo is by far one of the best systems ever made.
Yeah.
Definitely the best old system made.
I remember the TurboGrafx system. They had the handheld and the game, and then they had the Neo Geo, which was the first 16-bit system.
There were so many handheld games I could never keep track of them past the Game Boy and the Game Gear.
Well, the Neo Geo was actually a console that you would get, and it was the first 16-bit system before what's called frickin' Sega, the Genesis, and it was really expensive too. And then Panasonic had their own one that they made. I forget what's called, the 4DO or whatever it was called. And Atari made the Jaguar, and that was a big flop, and they lost their ass on that one.
Yeah, back in the day, I would always. Biggest thing was to look for the largest CD case on the games, because that usually meant that had a lot of graphics in it. There it is.
We just got them all. I mean, all of my brothers and everyone were addicted. We always just bought everything we could get a hold of. That's a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, I would always look for the ones that are 2, 3, 4 discs in it, because that meant that had a lot of graphics in it.
I'd say one of the best games I love on PlayStation, and moving on, was Resident Evil.
Yeah, I've done about 150% on every Resident Evil up to the new ones on the next-gen systems. I played all the original ones dozens and dozens of times.
What was that game that they had on PlayStation? It was really cool, where you had to like creep up on people, like an assassin.
A lot of them.
But there's one particular game it was, and they like made
Ninja one called Tenchu. There was a military one called Metal Gear.
Tenchu is it?
I have no clues because I didn't
Tenchu
have my
still.
PlayStation, and then I just kept playing games, and it came to the point where I was addicted to playing games and wouldn't do anything else.
Oh yeah.
So I got rid of it.
When I was working at a regular job, I would get home from my job and fucking play games until my next shift. Like, it was bad.
Yep.
Yep.
Original
Pee in the
PlayStation.
bottle bad.
The original
Seriously, pee in a bottle bad.
That's not that bad. Pretty bad.
But the original PlayStation, they had like that thing where you put this adapter on it, and you go to a flea market, and you could play almost any game you wanted with it. I remember that was really cool for a lot of people.
But yeah, we did stuff. We even did stuff where we played import games. You can take a Japanese coded game and you load up an American game, and then you use a dollar bill to make the system think the lid is still closed, and you switch out discs. You could like make Japanese games work in American systems.
And I remember also the hacks for the Nintendo. What was it called? The
Game Shark.
no. What is it? The console, the last one they have.
Game Genie? I don't know, the Wii?
The Wii, yeah, the Wii. When you would hack it, and you could play if you download all the games, you could play them and just load them on the hard drive, play them off the hard drive.
I haven't done that yet. We use ours mainly for TV. I guess the girls use it once in a while, but I played about 5 or 10 minutes of one of the zombie games that's on it, and I can't get into the games where you have to do stuff, move around and shit. I can do it when it's a gun and I'm pointing it at the screen. That's no problem. Too bad Bob's hanging out over there. You can see his knife before I ship it out.
Do what?
Bob bought a little pocket knife for me the other day.
Oh, did he?
Gonna show it off for him, but he's not here.
He's in the Green Dragon chat, and I said he could stay over there.
It's a free country. Countries.
Canada ain't free.
Yeah, I missed some of those old games. Yeah, I can remember the local carnival here. That was the first time I'd seen that Dragon's Lair game. And I'd go there, spend all my money there, and then save some money to go to the one booth that had the air BB guns that you would shoot out the star.
Yep.
And just shoot the hell out of everything. Those are the two things that I would always go up there for.
I never tried to shoot out the star. I just went and
Just shot the hell out of everything.
yeah. Yeah, it was so much fun. Because I did shoot out the star once, but then they pushed the paper forward and said, "Oh, there's a little orange. You didn't shoot the star out." Fucking bastards.
Yeah, I wish this weather would break. That way I can get the gun out to the range.
Yeah, I need to my new gun out too. Test it out. Sure, I'm not gonna have any problems with it, but still got to run some rounds, carry rounds through it.
I'm curious to see if clamping a four-end rail onto my AK barrel is going to change the accuracy much. I mean, it's a short barrel, but and clamping directly to the barrel.
Change the harmonics.
It definitely, in some way or another, we'll see. Hopefully, it clamps on pretty tight and pretty solid and doesn't ruin it too much. It's not a super accurate gun anyway.
No.
10.1 inch barrel.
Yeah, that's meant for close-up fighting. If you can hit a human silhouette at 50 yards, good job.
Oh, you can do that's a myth. You can easily hit 100 yards. I was shooting 100 yards with it, no problem, my first day. It's just not as accurate as your standard I mean, you're not shooting little 1-inch groups. You're shooting 6-inch groups.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm hitting milk jugs and coffee cans and stuff. So I know that's not exactly a human silhouette, but
Good enough.
See, I'm feeling bad now because I got my Glock 19. I'm ignoring my Glock 26, and she's getting lonely.
I really want to get a 26.
I like it, man. It's a cool gun to have. I definitely dig it. Very, very awesome pistol. And I got the 19 because, for a couple of reasons. One, to be able to do reviews on another size Glock, the mid-size Glock, and two, because it's just a great all-around pistol. It's a Gen 3, the last one I got, so I'm Glock 19 Gen 3 and Flat Dark Earth.
That's cool. I always wanted a colored one.
Hey.
Yeah, the 19 I got, I trade it for a TV. I tell you what, it's the best shooting Glock I've got.
The Flat Dark Earth, what's funny about it is depending on the lighting that you have it in, it looks really dark sometimes to where it almost looks like olive drab, green kind of obscure color. But then you have
Looks like baby poop brown.
No, when you have it in the really good lighting, it looks really bright and it has like a chocolate kind of Dutch chocolate kind of color to it.
Yeah, it's more of a brown, more of a tree bark than a real flat dark earth or anything.
Oh. I want to get the slides coated. Think about it. Because I don't like the new Glock finish that much myself. I'll live with it, but I don't really care for it. That Glock 27 that sold to buy this gun had that awesome Teflon finish on it, that really slick finish, with a darker tone to it. It's a lot more resilient finish to scratches.
Yeah, DB's in the chat posting all the Laserdisc games that they come out with.
Nice.
You could join the chat and tell us all about them, though.
Yeah, I bought the that there was a guide you could buy, and it told you, left, right, up, down, what all the steps to do to go through the entire Dragon's Lair game. I bought that and kept going up there playing it, and
This is what I'm up to tonight. Their leather sheaths and liners. Like 6 or 8 of them there. Bunch of buck stuff.
A nice break from grinding.
Yep. There's gonna be some sore fingers in the morning from all the sewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got back into some pretty major grinding this week. I'm actually probably got 7 or 8 like knives coming out. A bunch of people that have been waiting for theirs, and then I'm gonna do a bunch of like Japanese inspired like tactical type knives, fixed blades that are just for sale. They're not ordered.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep, last couple of weeks it's been mostly like YouTube and gun channels orders and custom stuff, and finally finishing that up and getting back into the back into the swing of things of the new year.
Yeah, about all I've had time to do is just check Facebook out once in a great while. I see all your pictures from the knives.
Yeah, I get a lot of confusion because I post a lot of old pictures too. Like I just repost a bunch of stuff to draw attention and show
Right.
people what they can order. And I constantly have people, "Ooh, how much is this one? How much is this one?" And they're all sold. I've definitely knocked down production a lot, but I'm also selling a lot more than I post pictures of. Like I'm doing a lot of simple little tooled knives that take me like half an hour, and I get about $50 for them. It's got that kind of stuff. I'm doing a lot of resale and trade in private groups. Kind
Oh
of
yeah. When you get $50 or $100 an hour for work, it's a pretty
well,
good
yeah.
payday.
But I mean, it's the same as any like highly skilled labor. It's the hour that you worked on it and the years you spent training.
Oh, I know that. I know that. I'm just saying that it's a lot better than spending an hour doing something you're going to get $75 for.
Yeah, definitely better than doing. I spent most of my life working for $8 an hour,
Yep.
being yelled at by shitty people.
It's just a slow day. I want to get out and shoot. It's just so freaking cold.
Yeah, we only get to do it on weekends, so
Yeah, I won't go out to that range on a weekend. We'll just get you in the middle of winter.
I just bought a steel plate on one of my first steel targets that wasn't made by me.
Ooh,
Pretty excited.
that'll be fun to shoot at.
I'm not much of a woodsman, or like a woodworker, carpenter, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for a stand. I just make something out of metal.
Probably lasts longer on metal.
I don't know, man,
More.
but we destroyed Chris's in one shoot. I hit it 2 or 3 times with the Glock. It was like a wireframe one, and he hit it a couple times with the AK.
Oh yeah, those don't. Little wireframe. I don't. I'm thinking of probably thinking a little bit differently than you are if you're making a stand.
But man, I just want to do like a swamp light. Like I just want to stuck in the ground with a little hook off the top of it to hang the steel from. It's pretty
Oh,
simple,
okay.
as long as I don't shoot the stick.
Yep. Kind of almost like a shepherd's hook.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a simple hanging head height. Maybe chest height, I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, I just want to shoot steel. And I don't have that opportunity to, so. Oh well.
Yeah, the outdoor range I go to, they won't let you shoot steel.
Only commercial paper targets.
Yep.
Bummer.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped going to ranges. I just can't. I'm not social enough. I can't deal with the people. When dangerous things are involved, especially guns, cars, stuff like that, I'm very, very short. I'm very hard to deal with because I don't fuck around.
Yep.
Oh, me either.
There's an ex-cop who works at the range I would go to up here, and there's no way I can deal with him. I can get about 5 minutes into a conversation with him, and then I start thinking about beating him up. That's not me. That's not how I am. So.
Well, that's why I don't go to public range on the weekend because it's so freaking busy.
And it's weird because I know he goes to a local jiu-jitsu school up here, so like my instinct is to choke him. Like I want to choke him out. Like where usually if I was gonna fight somebody, I'd probably just punch him. But like my instinct with this guy, he irritates me so much. I just want to choke him out. And I'm not a ground fighter, so that'd be kind of dangerous.
Yeah. I like it when the range is quiet, you're kind of spread out, and there's, one or two other people there, it's okay. That's when it gets, once it gets over two other people there, I start getting really paranoid. They're going to be doing something really, really stupid, and trying to watch more than two people at once is very difficult.
Yeah, my favorite is the Europeans or someone from like overseas. They, two buddies come to America at gun range, never fired a gun before, have unlimited money, and I'm next to them. They rented a Desert Eagle 50 and like a whole bunch of other revolvers, like crazy fucking guns, and their money was endless because I know it was like $1 a round or some shit what they were charging for that 50 AE, and they're in there taking photos of each other and stuff, and the guy was like, "Well, you're next to him, like you're on lane 11, they're on lane 10 or whatever," and I was like, "Really?" Because I'll just wait till they're done. Fuck it, I'm not going to stand next to those guys. They're going to put a hole through me. And the dude was like, "Dude, they're going to be here all day with that 50 action, so like you don't forget it, like." Spent $1,000. Whatever.
I love how this picture I just put up has the access lock covered.
Yeah, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's because it's copyright infringement.
So the Ganzo I have is a copyright infringement?
I don't know. Most of them are. Almost all of them are copies of other knives.
Well, yeah, but they're not I'd call them a clone, not really a copy. Like
Yeah,
my
If you're not
Ganzo
paying them their
712,
licensing fee.
If they're licensed,
At one point,
they're
Cold
cloned.
Steel was paying them. Yeah. At one point, Cold Steel was paying them to use it, and then they stopped. And
Yeah,
they
that's
went
the
to
thing.
other
Is
thing.
if they're working with the company, then I'm sure that it's just a clone. If they're hiding stuff like their access lock, I'm sure it's a copy. eBay's got a bunch of Praetorians and like fixed blade Praetorians and stuff on right now, and they're really careful about how they list them, the wording they use.
Have you seen Medford's video about them?
Yeah, I watched them with a side by side with the real one.
I think he did he did one, yeah. He was pretty pissed.
I have one, and I actually had one. I got one after watching that video, but
Yeah.
I'm justifying it in the fact that my plans have not changed whatsoever to buy. I'm going to buy a Praetorian. Like I will have a Praetorian tie, no question. But I just got this because I was helping somebody out.
What about frame locks? I mean, don't they all owe Chris Reeves a fucking penny or something, or
No,
what?
see that's different though. That's like saying an axle on a car. I mean that's a different thing altogether. There's no tracing the exact first one because they can only claim who did the first one.
But he said, like, I invented this titanium frame lock, and then he couldn't patent that, I guess.
Yeah, that's because he didn't invent it. Same as anybody who tries to claim they invented the spine lock or the lockback. There's no way to prove you invented it because it's been around for a long time.
I see. I always thought, because they always said it was the Reeves integral lock. Like, Spyderco gives them credit for it when they do it.
Yeah, so does Gerber, I believe. But it's regardless. There's other designs out there. I know for sure. I've had Japanese designs from the early '80s, late '70s, early '80s that were frame lock. So whether or not they're titanium is a different story.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right.
And they're also, I believe the one he's talking about is the single line cut, where like you drill a hole in it and then cut the big L shape out so that you've got the frame lock. The ones that I'm talking about, I mean, it's the same physics that lock the blade, the same tooling that locks the blade, but the lock is a different shape and it's cut differently and so on. I don't care. I couldn't pass the knife up for $25. It's orange.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's orange.
Yeah, they're Chinese copies of but they're not even like direct copies of Like if you look at that one next to the, I think that's a copy of the Lion Steel, which is a French, I believe, Italian French, something like that. But you look at them side by side, and there's like obvious differences, made differently. Whereas I think a
I think the
clone would
biggest
be,
danger is you never know what kind of fucking metal they're using. I'm sure they're using something decent, but
yeah. See, that's the thing is I have pretty good faith in it because I know where they got all their equipment and all their supplies and all their training, and like they got it all from us. And it's they just talked about that in a Nut and Fancy video. They confirmed what I've been saying for years, is that they're buying everything from us that they can possibly get, any designs or equipment or materials, and trying to learn how to copy them, which is where we got the years and years of China's crap thing, because they were trying to copy it and trying to learn the processes by just having our equipment. And then they started bringing over designers. People would sell out and go over there and design knives, show them why these knives are better. Still don't know who it was though. I'm gonna say Nut and Fancy.
I think he's a sellout.
I like him.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I kind of like the look of those Ganzos, man. Even though I don't know if they're knockoffs or what, or if they're paying, or I doubt if they're paying. But
Yeah, I seriously doubt they're paying. Again, I just $25. I couldn't pass it up.
I like the look of the blade. Like the blade, it looks like a Sebenza blade on a Bench-made Griptilian with a better handle. Almost, it looks to me, it looks better than a Griptilian. The ones I'm talking about, like the fucking. Yeah, they look.
I just saw the Griptilian I want. It's had an OD green handle, black clip, black blade, Tanto tip. Sweet little knife.
Oh yeah, those are fucking awesome. I don't have a Tanto. Yeah, but cool. I didn't know those old Cold Steels had some sort of fake out Omega spring thing, like on their AK-47 or the what's the one that everyone loves now, the Recon.
Yeah, I've been looking
used
at
to be
these.
the.
There's the Lion Steel, the actual knife. It's copied off.
It's like Spyderco just did a collaboration with them, and it looks just like a Lion Steel, or Lion Spy, I think they call it.
Nice. I'm still toying with selling or trading my Shemp Rock.
Yeah, that'll be a collector's item one day. I don't know if they're selling a shit ton of them.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be the originals, the rock salt and before there's like 3 lines of the fixed blades made by him, and I think the original one's going to be the really worthwhile one. I'm also really tempted to customize it. The handles on it kind of suck.
Yeah, I'm on that Instagram, man. There's like knife guy, big knife guy, super rich knife guy, like, you know, custom dude. Like, those dudes it's like Instagram is knife world more than even guns, I'd say, you know?
Yep.
Because no one's out there really custom hand making a fucking gun right now. Like, you know, maybe the only one coming close is that Jesse James guy, you know?
Yeah,
He's doing some interesting shit.
He just posted on Facebook something that really caught my attention. He said, so-and-so filmmaker has been coming to the shop and filming for over a year. We still don't know what he's going to do with the footage, but that really caught my attention. So I guess there's some kind of documentary coming out on him, which will be cool.
Oh, yeah, like
showcases going into the gun industry.
That'll be cool, man. The shit he's putting on Instagram is definitely one of a kind, dude. Never seen stuff like that. Like he's tight. It's like a Damascus. I think I've seen Damascus 1911s and shit before, but the way he's doing stuff, it's like the case coloring and it's just really cool shit.
The one really unique thing about his Damascus frame is that it's all one piece. He forged the bend in it himself, so the handle shape. I mean, it was a bent piece, so the flow of the Damascus goes all the way down the curve and everything. It's all 100% hand fitted, Like there are a lot of custom 1911s out there. I'm sure there's some that are even more expensive than the one he made. But it's like you said, that you've never seen anything like it. All of them look like unique. Even his ARs look totally unique.
Yeah, it is cool. But so he's like the only guy maybe in the gun world on Instagram that's doing really crazy stuff. And then the knife dudes are, they're fun to watch. Then they do this shit like right there on the spot. Like they'll put a real quick video up on Instagram or something, and then the next post will be like auction starts now, and then you'll see these fucking rich. I mean, I don't know, whatever, but I guess you got to be kind of well-to-do, or the bidding never stops. Like it'll be like 4,500, 5,000.
Yeah.
Fucking 4-inch folder, dude.
Yeah.
It's just and it's crazy because you watched him make it by hand, so it's like.
Yeah.
How many days did that guy spend making that knife? Probably fucking a week or something.
Yeah, at least a week. At least a week to hand make a knife. I mean,
Right.
Are you following Sharp? Was it Sharp by Design?
No, see, there's
Oh
tons.
my gosh, you would love his knives.
I like I've been watching Tough Thumbs for like 5 years, or on YouTube. That dude Tough Thumbs.
Uh-huh.
I forgot it. So he turned into a knife maker. I didn't know. Like I know he made like a knife years ago, and then recently Boker put it in the stores, like in Kmart or whatever, like Walmart and shit. Like it was the Toad, the War Toad or something. Anyway, but he's making some fucking awesome knives. Like he's not doing the pimp shit anymore. Like he started off doing the like pimping your Benchmade Reptilian and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had a cool YouTube channel. Yeah, but I just saw one of his folders go for like $5,000, $4,500, something like that.
I just quoted a guy the other day, $2,500 for the order he was talking about, and like most guys, he backed out when he realized what he was asking for. I'll go look. I want to shop around and look for cheaper makers.
You look at the pictures of, like, I'm sure your hands are like this, Huck. You know what I mean? Like, they're working all the time. So if it takes them, say, a week and a half, 2 weeks to work on that knife, I'm sure some of them go right into making another blade, another folder. Some of them might take a week off. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It's a lot of work. And they're breathing in, like, that metal you're breathing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an easy job. So people just get really, a lot of people comment. I would never comment on one of those things. Like, how could you spend that much money on that's none of my fucking business. I wish I could get there. Because if I could, I definitely would.
People spend more than that amount on McDonald's in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Those
You
same
see that?
people
cigarettes,
will buy an $8 pack of cigarettes every day or a $7 pack of cigarettes every day. I mean, it's if you bitch about that, there's a million other things to bitch about too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
The other thing that comes with these knives, people don't think, I know, like, shit, they're thousands of dollars, so they better, but as long as that guy's alive, he's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of your knife, you know what I mean? Like, you send it back, and it's like the warranty is a big thing, too.
you get the right people. Like my company, I just worked on, finished, and like redid a knife that my dad made in the like early 70s, and did no cost whatsoever to the customer. I just repaired it and sold it for him. And all I charged was the 10% that eBay charges me, and whatever shipping and all that little crap. But I mean, that's most real knife makers will do that. If their kid takes over the business, their kid will work on the knives. Their kid will cover the warranty. Medford, that's one of the only criticisms I have of Medford so far, is he's really, really, really tight on his warranty. If you've done anything at all to the knife, if there's, he gets any weird vibes from your order, he won't take the knife on warranty. He'll charge you for the repair.
That's the thing, though. His warranty states, don't take my knife apart. If you have a problem, send it in, and we'll take care of you. If he thinks you took your knife apart, that's when he's furious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Canceling your order.
Pretty much. But no, I've seen him take care of people on his channel. It's an interesting YouTube channel because you can tell this guy's started out by himself. Now he's got a few people working. He's got all the machines and shit. Who knows? In 5 or 10 years, he might be like a fucking maybe not like zero tolerance or something, but
Man, my buddy Matt started Vehement Knives after I started taking over, after my dad passed away and I took over Ghost Town Knives. He started a year or so after me. He quit his job and went into it full time. He's got his first employee now. He's producing dozens upon dozens of knives every week. And, I mean, they're full custom stuff, full handmade stuff. It's just a matter of how you want to build a business. Like, there's somebody else, too. I can't think of his name right now. Crap, Widowmaker Knives. Widowmaker Knives. When I first started watching him on Facebook and Instagram, he was producing one or two knives once in a while out of his garage, and now he's putting out like $1,000 neck knives and just amazing stuff.
that's another dude who was on YouTube for a while. It's like maybe he wasn't, but people on YouTube talked about Browse, the kid Browse, with the neck knives. They had a fucking, I think it was SOG, bought one of his designs now, and they're selling that shit at Walmart, like a made in China version, you know? But I remember watching like Cutlery Lover years ago talking about the neck knife that he got, and those neck knives were like $300, you know?
I can't figure out
$400 or whatever.
buy my designs. I've been wanting to sell something to Spyderco. I mean, if
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
That would be the preferred company if I was going to do it. I don't have what it takes for Buck. That's not the kind of designs I make. And Gerber I wouldn't trust. So, like, Spyderco is the only one I can think of that even if they put it in Chinese production, I would still trust it. Like, I have one of their birds. It's pretty awesome. I mean, for what it is, for a $20 knife or whatever, I bought it from Quark, so whatever I paid for him for it. An awesome little knife.
They're another company. Like, they started sharpening. He was driving around, like, to flea markets and shit, sharpening people's knives, like, in the 80s or something. Like, the dude who owns Spyderco, like, bless her. So he's like, dude, who knows? Like, Medford could get there one day, you know what I mean? But I guess he's so focused in on those, trying to make it cheaper and cheaper. He is trying to make the knives, like, lines cheaper and cheaper so that he might get to a $300 knife. But you could see, like, when you watch those videos, man, it's hard for him to do it.
Can you see the side chat, DB?
Oh, no, I'm on my phone.
I put it
You're on,
I put it on the gun channels. Yeah, I put them on.
Oh, shit, yeah, I could. Oh.
Those are the two knife guys that I follow on Instagram all the time.
I noticed that in the all those high-end fucking knives now.
I know.
Like this Todd Begg, right? I've seen his stuff. You notice how popular the flipper is now? It's like standard. It's standard. Like if it's not a flipper, it's whatever or something. That's pretty recent. I don't remember that. Like a few years ago, it wasn't all about the flipper, right?
Yep.
You seen that guy Snody now? Snody Knives?
Oh, I haven't seen
He's
that.
on Instagram. I don't know if he went out of business or whatever, but like Mike Snody, he used to be on YouTube. Internet fucking nut job. He used to like have the craziest fucking YouTube channel. And some of his knives would go for like $1,000, $2,000, and then I guess one blade show he showed up and had like a bunch of $100 knives, and like he was saying like people said that fucked up my reputation. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Do you want to make thousands of dollars with knives, or do you want to make $100 knives? Like you got to make up your mind at some point, right?
Right. And
then he kind of went away, but I noticed on Instagram he's back. He's got this fucking the wickedest butterfly knife, dude. It's like it looks like a 7-inch blade, like butterfly knife made of Damascus and shit. It's pretty sick. I hope he comes back on YouTube anyway, because his channel was fun to watch.
Now, about the only thing I saw from SHOT Show as far as knives that I like was that Benchmade has a new auto that even if the auto breaks or something, you can still use it as a flipper. forget which one it is.
I like flippers, man, but I like the option to have a fucking thumb hole, yeah,
Right.
and a flipper or a stud. But all these custom knives, man, they don't have shit on them. They're all like slick, just flipper only. I had a Spyderco Domino. I traded, and now I like those Spyderco flippers because at least the hole is there just in case.
I'm just getting used to the hole.
Oh wow, I've been used to the hole for so fucking long. It's like the late '90s or whatever, so it's hard for me to go to studs.
Yeah, I just got my first one, my first Spyderco that was for me that I would carry and stuff from Cork. So that was that. You know, it's only been a year or so since I've got it, maybe less.
You talking about the little bird?
Yeah,
I think October.
yeah. There you go. Way less than a year then.
Yeah, and I think you paid $17. No, it's 15. It was like 15 or 17.
Yeah, I rounded it out to 20. I know that. So it was under 20.
Now I remember why I put this little airsoft gun away. It sucks.
Shoot your eye out, Cork.
It's a little Colt 25 that I'm shooting at a silhouette and it's not even hitting the silhouette.
See, my first high-end knife for me was a Bob Terzola Spyderco. It was like he had two models from Spyderco, like 1997, I think. He had like the Bob T Mini, the Mini Bob, and then a full-size one. And my fucking cousin lost it in a cab. I just lent it to him one night, and he fucking lost it. And I think I paid, it was like $120 back then. But right now I follow that guy on Instagram, and Bob Terzola, he must be like 80 years old, maybe he's like 70 or something, I don't know. He's an older guy. But they credit him as being like the father of the tactical folder. I had no idea of that shit when I bought that knife, you know. But some of his custom knives are sick, dude. They are fucking awesome. Bob T. And I think Spyderco still does collaborations with him, you know, for the cheaper knives. But not enough.
Yeah, that right there was my first high dollar knife, that Benchmade Harley Davidson auto.
Oh, I never had an auto, dude. I thought it
That's
was like
fine.
pretty taboo. But I do want a knife, like a nice out the front, I mean.
You could probably get one where you live now.
Yeah, I think it's completely legal. But it's just like my mindset was always like, I didn't realize that until maybe 2 years ago.
Well, you know, you
It's
could always
legal.
get one of those little $30 lightnings and see if you like it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you don't like having one or you don't like the action or something, then better to find out with $30 than 300 or 400.
I always thought those were absolute junk, and then I think I saw like a Nut and Fancy video like 6 months ago or somebody.
They're the same as any clone, man. I mean, it's what it is people sitting in a factory on old American equipment assembling cheap knives, and it's just a matter of who puts it together and the exact tolerance stacking you get. Like I've seen them with a half-inch play between where the blade moves a half an inch back and forth, side to side,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've seen them that were perfectly tight, that look like a lockback. So it's just a matter of which one you get.
But you can get them from like a reputable, I think Blade HQ sells them, right?
Yeah.
Someone that I trust, because if I get a crazy one, I know they'll take it back. They'll refund me. But I hate buying that shit on eBay or something, or even Amazon, dealing with morons. Dude, I
Yeah.
bought a Cold Steel recently, like it was Christmas. I bought a Recon 1, and the fucking lock was like it just wouldn't stay closed. Like you'd close the knife, and you'd hear it snap closed, like it should lock closed, and then you could shake it, and the blade would come out, right out, like not all the way out, but just enough to cut your hand in your pocket or something if you stuck your hand in your pocket or something. And I took a video of it and sent it back, and it still was a hassle to get my money back. You know, it took like a month. But I never heard anything bad about a fucking Cold Steel Recon, like, ever. No matter what kind of knife guy I was. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone says that knife is awesome.
Speaking of which, they just released a press statement saying that they're revamping the company. They're moving a lot of their production back to U.S. and they're using more quality materials. So I'm guessing they're going to move back to real Kraton now instead of like rubber in their fixed blades and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
they're going to American Super Steel.
Yeah, they're going to start using, if they list House 8, they're going to start using real House 8 instead of 440 and saying it's House 8. I mean, they've been guilty of some really nasty stuff, come to find.
I noticed, like, at SHOT Show, all the knives that were not even new knives, they're just like reintroducing the lines, like the steel changed. I forgot what they were using, something crazy, but it wasn't AUS 8 or it wasn't 440. It was like CTX or some XTP, something or other.
Yeah, a lot of people are using CPM steels now. I mean, those Crucibles designed the steel specifically for knives, so that's awesome. Everyone's starting to really adopt the good steels.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to Buck's website right now, and they have a Buck knife designer. You can pretty much design your knife whatever standard or whatever styles you want, whatever steels you want, and so on.
That's what bugs me about, well, it doesn't bug me about the Medford. Like, if I had the money, everything is D2, like, for the most part. But then I think he's got like 3V or something. He's got some weirdo steel he uses. But for the most part, all of his knives are D2. And he says, like, yeah, you know, they can rust. Just take care of your shit. That's it. Just take care of it. Well, I'm just worried about rust.
It's a good steel. It's not made for knives. It's not made for the types of work knives do. I'm hard pressed to find something that performs better than S30V. I mean, maybe S60, S90V, but I haven't played with those with enough abuse to actually see how they handle. I was cutting with the the ZT in this picture, and I have like a 2x4 that sticks off my workbench. I clamp it down with a G clamp, and then I balance paper towel rolls on it and cut them. And I was cutting it like through and into the 2x4, like sinking the knife into the 2x4 on every cut, and I didn't even notice it. Like it was just cutting right through it, like just chipping pieces off of the wood. And I went and looked after about 10, 15 cuts, and it's like perfect. There's no damage to the edge. It's still mirror polished. It has a wicked edge on it. Still mirror polished and like gorgeous. No scratches or anything. And the paint isn't even scratched. I think the paper towel rolls did more damage than the actual wood.
What steel is that?
S30V.
S30V.
It's designed by the Crucible Steel Company or whatever, Steel Foundry, for specifically for knife blades. Like I think that's why they designed it. The S series steels. So I'm told.
Yeah, I think I was reading about fucking Chris Reeves helped design that or something. Like as a request for him, from him, they made S30V for his line of knives. And then he just got them to do S35V, which is like the fucking same thing. Pretty sure. You're going to get really good rust resistance, I know that. I've never had an S30V even look anything like this color from sweat. Carrying every
I
day.
carry a Stonewash S30V Kershaw Blur in my front pocket while I was a cook for years, and my pants would get soaking wet every day from washing dishes and so on, and sweat, and just like I was in a hot kitchen and making food and cooking and cleaning vegetables and so on, and it was soaking wet every day. I never saw one single spot of rust on it. I took it apart when the torsion bar broke, and the torsion bar itself wasn't even rusted, which is not corrosion resistant.
My old military, all the screws rusted. You know, all the screws were fucking rusted out.
Speaking of screws, I just ordered the CRKT knife tool for taking apart knives and maintaining knives. It's got all the little Torx bits on it and stuff.
Cool.
Finally stripped out my Kershaw tool.
That's pretty cool. What kind of lube? Do you ever like lube those knives at the pivot and all that stuff?
Depends. Just depends on what you're using. Bronze washers are not supposed to be lubed at all.
Yeah,
And
that's what
actually,
I got.
honestly, Teflon washers aren't supposed to be lubed either.
That's all I got. I think is bronze.
Yeah, I clean, like, if they get really nasty or if they get like steak sauce in them or something, I'll clean them out with rubbing alcohol. Like, I'll spray like pressure, because my rubbing alcohol comes with a little like water bottle like top. I'll squeeze high pressure rubbing alcohol to kind of blast out the stuff in there, and then I'll spray it out with compressed air and let it dry. And if it's stiff or anything, which rubbing alcohol usually make it really stiff feeling, I'll just work it for a half an hour or so. But the way the bronze washers wear, they usually don't need oil. Even really dusty, sandy environments, you don't need any kind of grease in there or anything usually.
The 154 cm stainless steel. How good? How good of a steel is that?
It's not terrible. It's I believe it's a Chinese steel, but it's also, I believe, made for knife making. Like, it's something they use. Like Spyderco uses a lot of it, I believe.
It's a U.S. steel. When I was doing research on it,
Oh, is
they
it?
said it was U.S. steel. Yeah.
Well, I know the Chinese use it a lot. So
Yes.
it's like the new 440 basically. Is what I've gathered.
Because that's what this new Benchmade I'm looking at.
Most Benchmades are
Oh yeah,
154 cm.
Yeah,
Unless
that's
you step it up.
It's going to be great then, because again, I say this a lot. What really matters more than anything is the company that makes it and their quality. Because I mean, Cold Steel and SOG both use House 8, and I've seen House 8 tempered so hard that an Arkansas stone wouldn't cut it, it would not sharpen it. So I mean, it's just a matter of how well they temper their products.
Right.
But what you're really looking at with different steels is like corrosion resistance and the way the edge damages. Like S30V, people get the like bitch all the time on the internet, like, oh I was trying to cut zip ties and I chipped my ZT. Well, that's pretty normal, because when you slide a knife under a zip tie and then twist it to kind of put the blade against the zip tie, like you're rolling the edge, and a really, really hard piece of steel is going to break off, especially a really hard piece of steel that's sharpened to like 3 microns thick. And that's like the same thing with samurai swords. They were really brittle. They're not very strong blades. And ZTs are just made so beefy and so thick that you can't damage it enough to break the blade. Like, you might be able to chip a little bit off the edge or something, but you're not going to actually damage the blade, the way they're ground and so on. But yeah, I remember what I was doing. One of the first 0350s I got through here, I was cutting through all kinds of stuff, like 5 or 6 pieces of cardboard and a bunch of little plastic pieces, and no edge wear whatsoever.
Yeah, that 5300 Auto Presidio, that's probably going to be my next major knife purchase.
Yeah, they look good.
I picked it.
When that aluminum starts to wear on the handle or whatever. Yeah, I just went nuts. I sold all my knives, and then bought a fucking Strider SMF, and then so I have like 2 knives right now. I got a paramilitary 2 and a Strider SMF.
How do you like the
And then,
Strider?
I really like it a lot. I had a Sabenza, and then I was like, yo, this knife is too fancy for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't even want to scratch it. But this Strider, it's like, I don't know, you just want to, you don't care. Like, I don't know, it's expensive, but still, you don't really care if you fuck it up or scratch it up, or you're not gonna fuck it up. But the lockup is fucking ridiculous, man. It's rock solid.
Do you have the
I
side
had-
chat, DB? Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on Gun Channel, so if you just use that, because I'm still on my computer, but I'm still walking around.
I like
But
it.
I'll just make
I
it
think
my
he designed that. Him and Ken Onion designed that knife in your photo, right? Or they tried or whatever.
Yeah, it says Ken Onion Design right on the blade. I don't know who else was involved in it. I know it's Ken Onion for sure. Makes some really cool knives. I like his stuff.
Oh hell yeah! I love that blade too. But you know what I really like about the Strider, and is that it's got the hole, kind of like a Spyderco, which I've been used to for 20 years or whatever, and then it has the finger choil that's really big. You know what I mean? So I don't worry about cutting my finger off when I'm closing it really fast and shit like that. And then also choking up on it. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's got a good feel for that choking up on the blade and getting a good high purchase on it. This is going to be my next one I want for me. I just started looking at these the other day, and I really,
those
really
are
want one
badass.
now. I love the blue.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you know where to get them, right? I thought that was an exclusive.
No, I'll just get one from somebody trading.
Oh yeah.
I'll pick one up
I
and
think
trade.
the blue ones were a special steel, and then they were from Knife Works.
Oh, really?
Was the retailer
Actually,
that
I might
got.
not get one because one of the main reasons I wanted is the M4 steel.
No, I think that blue one is M390.
Um,
I'm pretty sure. But I mean, it's just the scales, or you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it is M390 because anything that's any of the other what is it, M4?
Yeah, they're M4. That's one of the reasons I wanted it.
Yeah, their M4s are always Cerakoted. They're either black or they're Cerakoted like a gray.
Yeah, it's like a brown gray, honestly. In person, it's like tan almost.
So you see in that picture, that looks like stainless, like there's no Cerakote on there. I think that's the Knife Works, like M391.
Yeah, it's a clear coat. They call it clear coat.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Those are badass
I'd be
knives.
pretty much happy with I think they're like $135 on eBay right now for the standard Cerakoted blade. It's not a bad deal.
No, that blade is awesome. That tip, and then I think it's got a little glass breaker on the back of the handle.
Yeah, it's actually the nicest glass breaker I've ever seen. Like, it's not big at all. It's just really tiny. It doesn't poke you all the time. I only played with it for a day and I fell in love with it. I had to sell it right away because I needed the money, but yeah, I definitely am getting another one as soon as I can trade for one or have the extra $100 or $200 to drop into it. Which probably won't happen. I'll probably trade for it. I trade into most of the nice stuff I have. I'm still trying to decide whether or not to sell that watch. Edison watch I picked up. Too
What do you
fancy.
think it's worth? I don't know.
I don't know, $200, $150, something like that. I have 3 new,
Okay.
but it's got, like, I've worn it 2 or 3 times, so not really new anymore. I mostly just put it on so I can post pictures on John Willis's stuff.
Oh yeah. Like, check this out.
I did it
So
for a
who's that?
while with my cheap $8 dollar store watch, but never got any replies or anything.
Yeah. We had a watch talk last night, the other night. It was funny as shit. The dude was talking about swatches, man. San Antonio and Dr. No reminiscing on swatches. Apparently that's a big thing for collectors on eBay. Buying old swatches from the 80s.
Nice.
Yeah, John Willis just put up his picture of his new U-Blow. It's like super limited edition.
Where's that?
It's about the price of my condo.
Yeah, like the whole building.
Yeah, the whole building. I'm sure it's
Did you
probably like
say
80,000.
you're talking about HUBLOT, correct, EB?
Yeah,
That's U-Blow.
that's
That's
what
how
I
it's
just
pronounced.
said.
U-Blow.
That's what he said.
That's what I said. But thanks, though.
Well, it sounded like you said Hublow. It's actually like U.
Oh, like you, the H is silent.
The H is silent. Yeah.
Okay, so U-Blow.
Yeah, which I think is extremely funny.
I mean, dude, that's one of these fad watches. You know, it's whatever.
No, it's not a fad watch. They are high-end.
I mean, how long have they been around? Forever.
Um,
Because I've been around rich people for a while, and they only started talking about it when Jay-Z talked about it like 3 years ago, and Rick Ross. I mean,
yeah, they've
before
been
that,
around
I never
since
heard
the
about it.
2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lame. I'm not
Yeah.
lame, but that's pretty new for watches. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, but
Attack Philippe or
they've
something.
done some really funky
Innovative
movements.
Yeah, I give them credit, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, they're
Yeah,
cool watches.
It's. I think I get what you're saying. It reminds me of the difference between like the knife makers and the gear makers that have been around forever and have been making knives forever, and the guys that are like making a shitload of money right now making titanium pry bars. Like, yes, they're cool and everything, but it's a new thing. It's like a new fad. The EDC thing is within the last few years has turned into a massive fad. And they've been around for longer than that. The ideas have been around for longer than that, but I mean, it's the new thing. The internet is blowing this shit up. I mean, Instagram and Facebook and stuff is changing.
I think like my cousin has his grandfather's Breguet. I think that's how you say it. Breguet watch. Yeah, it's a pocket watch, and it's from the 1800s. So like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Rolex has been around forever, like for hundreds of years, or at least whatever. So
Is it a wrist watch or a
50s.
pocket watch?
this was a pocket watch, the Breguet that
Pocket-
my cousin's got.
Especially old ones like that.
It's worth a lot of money, dude. I'm sure of it, but.
Well, in addition to that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying, like I've seen, like, you know, it was a big trendy, and that's not a trendy company, but Audemars, like the Audemars Piguet or what, that watch, the AP, Audemars, you know, that was really trendy like 10 years ago, but that watch company's been around forever. But now it's fucking Hublot, whatever. Next year it'll be whatever. But if I had that kind of money,
well, the reason
Probably wouldn't
they're
buy one.
getting the Hublot talk lately is they've been just doing a shit ton of advertising.
yeah.
You know, and they're huge in Europe. You know, Formula One. You know, you're talking about, you know, that guy that, you know, the backpack jet.
Mm-hmm.
They're just huge sponsors of stuff like that. I think they even sponsored the guy that jumped from space.
Oh, the Red Bull guy. They were part of that. Yeah.
Just
Hey, dude.
coming to you from my cell phone, I only got half a charge. So
Nice.
I don't know how long I'll be here.
It sounds crystal clear.
So I guess next up on your to get list is a computer, huh, Dano?
Yeah, I fucked up my laptop.
How'd you fuck it up?
Porn.
It was overheating because of temperature, thermal. And so I took it apart to clean out this. It was almost like 90% blocked with like, it looked like a lint dryer is what it
Oh my
looked
God.
like.
Yep.
was, well, there were two. I've never seen them so small. Ribbon wires, ribbon cables. Excuse me. That I accidentally broke.
Ah.
Have you
Well,
thought about
laptop,
getting a
it's a pain.
Chromebook? Because
And
like I'm thinking my next computer is going to be a fucking Chromebook.
so I couldn't cost. So I mean, I got all.
Have you looked at the Chromebooks? They're like $199.
Oh, he just dropped.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to say the Chromebooks for $199, $200 or whatever. They seem, when I go fuck with them at Best Buy or Office Depot, they seem lightning fast if all you're doing is like internet, YouTube, and Hangouts. You know what I mean? And just like maybe some word processing on Google Drive.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck they got. That Google Drive thing is pretty cool because it's all in the cloud and then basically like a free Microsoft Office. So
Yeah.
for $200, there's really unless you're doing other shit like playing video games, making music, video editing, whatever.
But she does the video editing.
Oh, he does? Yeah, so he might not want the Chromebook.
Yeah, but does he do it on his laptop though?
Yes.
He does. Okay.
Oh, he does.
That was
He
the only
does,
computer.
then.
It was his laptop, yeah.
Well, I thought he had a couple of them because I know last year he would always do his chat from a room and have a computer in the background.
I thought that might have died too.
That one died too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This might be he's on his last legs.
Yeah. For Dano, I would suggest something like, an entry-level laptop should do him just fine. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money.
Yeah, just for chats. Yeah.
Chats and,
Video.
video editing.
If you get an iPhone nowadays, they have a fucking killer. My last iPhone had a killer video editing. It was like little fake out Final Cut for your phone, dude. It was weird, but it was, you gotta go all out. YouTube should have a fucking editor built in YouTube like before you upload it.
They do.
Oh, okay. But it's not fancy.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I think I've used it once.
I've never done that shit. I will tell you though, the fucking new Windows laptops and the new Windows, it's a nightmare. I hate it. And I could not fuck with those. I'd rather buy an older Windows with before they went to that touchscreen based OS.
Yeah, the Windows 7.
That is hard.
Well, I'm back until the internet gods decide to take me back out again.
We have questions for you.
And then I give up for the night.
How do you do your video editing, Dano?
I use software that Quark's familiar with. It's called AVS.
And do you use your laptop?
Yes.
So okay. So you need a computer that at least will use that software.
Yeah, but it worked fine on an older laptop, so it doesn't really require a lot of resources. I mean, I was running it on an old Vista laptop, which is before Windows 7, and it only had 2 gigs of RAM. So I'm sure it will run fine on any low-end computer. And luckily, I see the activation code.
I just think the 7 is horrible, dude. If you I hate it. Maybe you would like it.
Windows 7's awesome.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to Vista?
Well, what about?
Maybe it's because the computer wasn't a touch. Do you have a touchscreen computer or no?
No.
No.
I just can't deal with dude. Well, I'm a PC guy. I'm not really a PC guy. I'm a Mac guy. But when I did, start menu, where's the start button, dude? Everything is so weird. And
Oh, you're talking about Windows 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, where's the start button, dude? Like, I can't figure nothing out. Where's the desktop? Where's the trash can? Like, I'm done. Like, I can't. So that's Windows 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could never use
If I
that machine.
that had Windows 7, I would absolutely take it.
Yeah.
Some guy in the back of his garage.
I would take Chrome. Like, I thought Google Chrome. I mean, the Chromebooks that were out now for like, they're $200 or whatever. I thought they were going to introduce a higher end model that had like an Intel chip, and it was going to be priced way higher than $200. And I don't think they ever did. But I was looking forward to that.
Put a couple of USB ports. Because if you put like a USB port 3, I mean, that's powerful enough that you could put a splitter on it, run an external drive, and then still use a mouse and still use a keyboard. Did you ever get one of those? Chromebooks?
What? No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
But I was recommending it to my family because, my stepfather's, not really a computer guy, and he's in his 70s now, and they're very cheap, and all he does is basically internet. All he does is like watch YouTube, go on the internet, read stuff on the internet. He might print stuff up, and like emails, and I think you can do all that with a Chromebook.
Oh yeah. I mean, only if you're going to do stuff like like a lot of people here do, video editing. Then you're
then you're screwed.
With more horsepower. But for just normal stuff, it'll do just fine. It's more like a toaster.
Yeah, they've got 3 versions of that Chromebook, DB.
Do they have one that's like
they've got one
Intel chip or something?
But they've got the one that starts at $199. I'm looking here.
This is funny because I have a Mac that I bought probably in let's see, I think this is from 2010 or something.
Here, let me pop this out.
And so it's almost 5 years old, it's about 5 years old, 6 years old. Intel Core Duo 2 or whatever, 2.8 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo. I have 4 gigs of RAM, a really nice video card, and these chats. The reason I don't use my computer for the chats and I use my phone is because those chats completely kill my computer. Like, the fans come on, it gets hot as shit, it starts acting slow and strange, and it's really weird. And the phone handles these chats fine. I could sit in here wherever. I think when I tried to host a few times, my computer was really fucking acting crazy.
Yeah, that's the way mine does. Yeah, they've got that Chromebook 2 for $319, and then they've got this one, the Chromebook Pixel.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be like $900, right?
I don't know. Let me look.
Wait.
USB ports does it have on it? Does it have a webcam?
I'm looking.
Oh yeah, it's got the cheaper ones have a webcam.
Oh, okay.
The $199 ones do. But I don't think they have like a pretty tough video card. It's all streaming stuff. So I don't know. Even now, like all the new high-end Macs, none of them have a fucking drive, dude. Like, I mean, none of them have a disk drive, and the real high-end ones don't even have a hard drive. It's all solid-state memory, so your memory's cut in half. Like, you're not getting a gig.
Well, that solid state though is significantly faster though.
And it's really reliable. Like, your hard drive will never crash because there's no moving parts.
It's like
but
a thumb
you might
drive.
not get 1,000. You're not going to get 1,000 gig drive. You're not going to get a terabit. I mean, a gigabyte, 1,000. What is it? The fucking
drive for the inside of your computer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
a big one, that Pixel, that one's way pricey.
Yeah, but they're like 500 gigs, man. Like the solid state drives they're not.
That's on the Chrome.
The Pixel, that's the top tier.
How much is that?
Oh, it was 1200.
Okay. Now,
I'm looking at the Chromebook 2, which is the second tier, is like $319.
So what's the hard drive space? Like 200 gigs or something
On which one?
on the cheaper ones,
Okay, let me take a look here.
or the high end one. Anyway, I don't know. I would recommend it for someone like who's not using the computer very much anymore.
as a complete,
4 gig of RAM, 16 gigabyte solid state
Solid
drive.
state. That's not good. I'm thinking you need at least like 100, dude.
I mean, I have 200 gigs on my laptop now, and because of my videos, I only have like 30 gig left.
Yeah. I have a 500 gig drive in
Video-
my computer, and I got like 200 left.
Gigs of videos.
I just look.
And
I've got I was gonna say, 500 gig drive, and I've got 123 gigs left.
Right. I mean, I don't keep draft copies. I mean, once I have a final version, I will keep the final version, but everything else gets dumped once it's uploaded.
I dump all my videos after it gets, even the final version, after it gets uploaded and it's working.
Well, I did that as just in case, like, YouTube dumped my account or something.
Yeah, if YouTube dump my account, I'm not going to bother spending, basically months trying to upload all the stuff again.
Well, now that they're gonna pay me a penny, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, even
Noticed no one laughed.
Because it's true.
even the top tier one has a 32 gigabyte solid state drive.
It's like my phone, dude. I have more. Well, actually, my phone has a solid state because it's a chip. I don't know what I've got in there. It's like a 16 gig.
Solid state or regular. Go with a 500 gig regular or a smaller, solid state.
Yeah, I think Apple now is doing like 200 gig solid states or something like that. 150 or 200 on their laptops now.
Now, I can't imagine what all those Apple fanboys are doing with their videos. Saying, oh my God, I have to have Apple, but I have to do my video.
Well, Apple's Final Cut was like shit. I mean, movies are made on that. You can do anything on it.
Oh no, I understand that. I'm talking about just regular people like you and I.
Yeah, well, when you buy an Apple, it'll come with iPhoto and iVideo or whatever the fuck it is, iLife, and then that's a pretty decent editing software for free. Yeah.
Windows comes with Movie Maker. I mean, which it will do the basics.
Well, dude, at this point, there is no other option for me because that Windows 8 is so unbelievably bad. I'd have to go Mac for the rest of my life. Like, there's no... If they still have the start button and it was still somewhat familiar from the last 20 years or whatever, I don't need to fuck with that shit.
Can you check
Apple's
PMs,
one thing I've been using Mac since '99, I think, and nothing. Although it gets better, faster, and always more innovative and stuff, it's always familiar. It's always like second nature.
Can you check your PMs, Dana?
No, because I only have my phone.
Okay.
But I have to go into what I call the big town tomorrow. And then I got a doctor's appointment after I do my volunteer stuff. But I was going to stop by Best Buy and just kind of check out, some of their stuff.
Do you have any like small local computer shops?
No, I live in a town of 3,000. There's nothing.
Trust me, that's more than what my small town has. But we've got a local guy who works on computers, and he actually rebuilds used computers, and I can go in there and pick up a cheap one, at a really nice price.
Yeah, I was gonna say check Craigslist, in the computer section, see what they're selling.
Got 2 space heaters running in my workshop, and I can still see my breath.
That's gold.
Pretty cold.
What is it, like 40?
No, it's well under 40. Well below freezing.
I'm gonna say it warmed up to 21. So
The one thing about where you live, Huck, that must be really bizarre as compared to where most of us live, is although it gets a lot colder here, you have more extreme temperatures. It seems like you do anyway.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Between
I mean,
summer and winter.
32 degrees is a lot harder on me than it is on Bob. I mean, it's I'm 110 degrees during the day, so I'm used to the heat and used to the normal temperatures, and then even in the summer it gets really cold at night. I mean, granted, up where I'm at, there's different parts of Arizona that are miserable all day, all year, but up here in the northern area.
In the distant north.
Yeah, I think we're like 7,000 feet, something like that.
That's another little interesting thing is, how like on the cell phones, there's no side chats, there's no checking your messages, or at least not easily. I mean, I might be able to. I just, I'm kind of new to this cell phone thing, and that I'm going through my Wi-Fi because I don't have enough. But it cost me nothing, and it worked excellent as an emergency spare tire, which is what I was looking for.
what kind of phone you got, Dan?
It's just a Verizon. What is it? It's about 3 years old, so it's nothing. 8 gigs, nothing special. I mean, I could put an SD card in it, which is nice, but the battery's not changeable, which is a downside. But they do that on a lot of phones. Because what I have noticed is that viewing a video, let's say I view videos for an hour, and then let's say I partake in a chat like this for an hour. My battery usage is like night and day.
Yeah.
Well, Dano, I'm looking at, Rockford Craigslist right now, and they, people are selling, Windows 7 desktops, for like $100. Well, basically comes with everything. I could share the link.
An individual or a retail?
It just says I'm selling several desktops, a full set. It comes mouse, keyboard, power, all the cables.
Well, I mean,
well, he gives his address, which is it's in Rockford, and he also does computer repair. It says laptops and desktops. I mean, that's just one place.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what street is it?
Victoria.
Yeah, I've not heard of it.
Victoria Avenue.
It's a side street.
It looks like it is off, well, between Morgan and Michigan Avenue. Does that help? I'll try to find.
I'm sorry, you between what and what?
Morgan and Michigan.
Okay, well, I know where Morton is.
I'm trying to find the main street. It looks like it's west to South Main Street, just by, a dozen blocks or so.
What I'm thinking about is instead of checking it out tomorrow, is just coming home tomorrow, and then I have a local library. I can go and just get on a PC.
There you go.
And do a little bit of work tomorrow afternoon rather than just go straight to the store. And just, deal with the phone for another night or two and then make a more educated decision.
Yeah, we're just reading his books.
But yeah, I know as an example, like Dell has computers that are totally refurb, total, full warranty, but it might be a year old, but it still has, a full-length warranty on it. And it's like, well, it's still far in advance of what I had. And for all practical sake, I'm looking for a low-end unit in the first place.
Yep. The only downside to the 100s, they only come with 160 gigabyte hard drive. But I'm just going through
which was something I actually wasn't looking at, was the cost of an external, USB 3 drive. So that I wouldn't have to worry about the size of the drive of the device.
They'll be right around 100. Between 100 and 150, I believe.
Yeah, but if I'm saving 300 on the device because it has a small hard drive, then it's worth it. I mean, believe it or not, I actually used to do this professionally, not on the retail side, but working for a large company. And but that was approximately 10 years ago. And in this world, things change at the speed of light.
Yep.
Like, I'm really surprised that it's to have a significant upgrade over the mechanical drives that have been around. Because that's always been, since the 80s, the weakest.
Yeah, did we lose Daniel, or was that me? Oh, we lost Daniel. Tell them there's like a Loves Park, Illinois. They've got somebody selling a whole bunch of different. They're just desktops. I'm looking for trying to find laptops.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Loves Park looks like they got a place that sells used with a 30-day warranty.
Yeah. I'd want at least, 6 months for peace of mind.
Yep.
How much, what I was paying off? But I am surprised that the optical drives or mechanical drives took this long to be replaced because they were such the weakest link in the chain of speed. I can only imagine how fast these optical drives are, whether it's loading, changing applications, exiting applications, opening up brand new applications. Because a lot of systems, especially graphic systems, will use hard drive space as a temporary location to park visual images and use it as a virtual RAM. And of course, on a mechanical system, that's going to be god-awful slow.
Yeah, and there's a dealer actually buying them. Dave'sLaptops.com will buy broken laptops, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Does it have an address?
Winnebago. I'm going to look right now.
Okay. It's a small town. I know where it's at. I'm not quite. Does it have an address?
No, but he says Dave'sLaptops.com.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to kill the chat here, but I seem to be having that. Maybe it's just the time of the night.
I haven't seen Chris in here.
I haven't posted a link in quite a while because I'm getting ready to shut it down. 121 South Benton Street, Winnebago, Illinois.
I'm sorry, say again?
121 South Benton Street, Winnebago, Illinois. That's from their site, so. I mean, then they sell laptops too, so again, but only problem 30-day warranty. You don't like that.
Hey, he dropped out again.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the guy that I go to work on my computers, he always had tons and tons of desktops and laptops that he had gotten in or gotten picked up and refurbished, and
Yep.
he sells them there out of his shop for $100 or $200. $200.
He probably picks them up for $25 and then does the work and then sells them.
Yep.
People are willing to give away their old computer stuff that you can easily refurbish.
Yep.
It's not that hard to do. That's why I said look at Craigslist. A lot of small dealers advertise on here that he may not know of.
Right.
I'm just looking at the dealer listings, and then some people just want to get rid of their stuff. They got a new laptop, or they're in need of cash, and that's one thing they can get rid of, so they'll sell it.
Yep. Same thing with guns. That's why I think November, December, and January on the local Facebook sites, we saw all types of guns coming up for sale cheap. Needing the cash.
Exactly. If you're not going to spend, for me on Craigslist, I wouldn't spend more than, $150 on a computer. On the used market.
Right.
That's just me. That's about as much of a risk as I'd want to take. Oh,
I know here, well, local. It's not local, but up in Columbus, they've got a store called Micro Center. I know they sell a lot of laptops and computers pretty cheap that they've refurbished.
well, I've done it myself. I mean, I've picked up somebody who was giving away their laptop because they had a bad power supply.
Yep.
Give me their desktop. I picked it up and wiped the hard drive. Well, actually got a new power supply. Wiped the hard drive and sold it for $100 on Craigslist. Cost me $25 and half hour's worth of labor. There's always always that option. So I knew at the worst I'd make like $10 scrapping
Right.
it. Yeah, motherboard alone. If it's a cheap Chinese ones, which a lot of them are now, it's still like $3 right there. Then you got everything else in it. But it wasn't that situation. It worked for me. Oh, well. It's just down to you and me, so I'm going to call tonight. I was hoping Dan would jump back in here, but
Yeah, his
battery
phone probably died.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was running his the camera on his phone too, so that was eating probably a lot of power.
Yeah, easily. Needs to have that plugged in. But I hope he can get a computer back pretty quick. Because I'd much rather have him in a chat than Bob. Yes, Bob, if you're watching this, yes, I did talk about you that way.